Tonight, it's the last night of the qualifying round. 24 robots have gone head-to-head in a bid to move on to the next round of the tournament. They all hope to raise this trophy as the BashBots 2020 champion. Previously, GT Nihon, Tenderlove, Firewave and Amethyst all smashed their way into the next round. Tonight, the final 6 robots will enter the arena. This is BashBots, the qualifiers.
Robots activated.
Hello everybody and welcome back to BashBots. I am your host, the Dominus Ignis, and tonight it's the 4th and final night of the qualifying round. Previously we saw 4 more teams advance to the round of 16 and 4 get sent to the wildcard rumbles. Tonight we will see 6 more teams battle to lift this trophy and win the title of BashBots 2020 champion. Let's take a look at the fight card for tonight. Kicking off the night, we will see BashBots rookies Autograce take on Season 1 competitor, the improved Catch 2. After that, the rookies of Neon Terror will take on Corruption, coming from the builder of Dataflow from Season 1. The third fight of the night will see an exhibition match, where the full body spinner of Terabyte will take on the grabber of Clump. After that, to end the night, the robot you've all been waiting to see, the returning champion Sparks will take on the rookie of Chrome Monster. Without further ado, it's time for Yatagarasu and Catch to battle it out for a spot in the round of 16. Let's hear what the builders have to say about their robots coming into their first battle.
Autograce is named after a Yu-Gi-Oh card that prevents you from drawing, and much like the card is named after, it's going to be a no draws, all excitement, either win or loss, no judge decisions, nothing like that. So I think I'll do alright in the competition, just because it's a big spinner and those seem to do well, so we'll see what happens.
So my robot is a 4-wheel drive, not very powerful flipper, but it has some quite tanky wedgelets and wedges in the front, and is designed to take horizontal spinners more than the last one. Last season I didn't do so great against a horizontal spinner in Sparks and got obliterated, and then obliterated again in my second fight, so hopefully I'll be able to do a little bit more this year with the improved design.
You might remember a while back that I mentioned that I love seeing how lesser competitors from seasons prior have improved since their last go at the BashBots title, and Mad Cat's improvements to Catch 2 showed us in some of the best ways I've seen yet. Giving us some of the best visual changes of this entire field, Catch 2 is ready to avenge its brutal loss to Sparks, as it prepares to take on Badnik 96 and Yatagarasu, a very experienced builder. The exposed wheels may not be of huge use to a flipper like Catch, but nevertheless, this is a battle you don't want to miss.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! Let's bring out the bots. In the red square, from the USA, it's only slightly less substantial than a cream cracker. It's Yatagarasu!
Alright, from out of the shadows, here appears Yatagarasu with its powerful spinning weaponry and experienced builder. This is really one to watch with the undercutting blade.
In the blue square, from England, it could only be tempted to fight by having catnip rubbed on its gums. It's Catch!
And out comes Catch. Catch 2, to be precise. The first version of the machine didn't exactly have things its own way. Lacking on power, lacking on armour. We'll be hoping for improvements this time around with a completely different build. Let's see what it can do in the arena.
So catch is relatively a standard bricky thing. Wedge at the front, 4-wheel drive, but it's got that flipper, which has edges I can catch. So the plan is I'm going to spin up, hit the flipper on the corners, try to rip it off, and then go from there. See what happens.
My strategy is going to be just keep on him, keep flying towards him, and see if I can get him out of the arena. Just basically stop his weapon from spinning up, and yeah, just corner him basically.
So, could that low wedge of catch be in danger from the spinner?
And here we go, Yatagarasu versus Catch 2, and it's a boisterous, quick attempt out from the blocks from Catch 2. And a little flick as well, but some early shards.
Yeah, there goes part of its wedge setup. That's always the danger with fighting an undercutter. They're going to hit really low down, and you're going to be sent spinning, my man.
Oh.
Here it goes though, catch back in gameplay. Yatagarasu actually deflecting off the kill saws there. They might need a bit of time to spin up. Instead they're thrown over by Catch 2, who's responded well despite the early damage.
A very interesting start here from both machines. Good little flip from Catch 2, but again, isn't going to have one of those powerful flips that it would have hoped for with an upgrade to the base machine from last season, I wonder.
Certainly the defense looking stronger for now, but you can never quite tell when a critical hit is going to come in from spinners like Yatagarasu. I would say they're controlling the pace right now. This is better control from the flipping machine right now, but I do worry how these hits are going to impact it.
Yeah, just wait for the moment. They've clamped down on the bar of Yatagarasu there for a second. And they have to back up, face it again, prod away at it, and see what happens. It's an interesting tactical one still, as we reach the halfway point.
They managed to briefly stop the bar entirely, so that means that Yatagarasu's got to spin all the way up again, and Catch is not letting it happen. Also, Yatagarasu kind of pushing Catch back into the grinder there, showing a bit more horsepower than we might have expected from the 2-wheel drive spinner. But it's not working out too great now, colliding with the floor and preventing it from moving on.
So far, that shard you saw going flying again is the only damage we've seen so far in this fight. We are waiting for a moment of decision. Are we going to get one, I wonder? Again, the spinner is blocked by the broad front, and it's a decent but not decisive flick from Catch 2 in response.
This could be better. Oh, they've lost their grip. They swerved out while they were going on the push. They knew they needed more momentum to truly flip this big hulking machine over. The kill saws can do a better job. No, they can't. Yatagarasu continues unscathed yet again.
Yeah, but that front of Catch 2 is really holding up still. As we reach the closing 30, we're into the closing 30. And still, these two machines chugging along as they started the fight. I think we are going to go all the way with not much to separate the two here at all.
Yeah, so then it really goes down to, do you value the damage caused by Yatagarasu in the early stages, or the control of Catch in the later stages? Again, what do you want with aggression? The weapon usage or the driving style? It's going to fall to the judges to find out in a very tight affair.
Well, let's see what happens from this point.
So right away we're going to see the decisive damage. It was pretty much the first hit that's sent to Catch, spinning into the grind as that second hit ripped away the wedgelets, but that was all the damage we saw. And after one little missed flip from Catch there, otherwise the driving style was right up in Yatagarasu's face, and that might help it here.
The results from the judges are in. We have a 23-22 split decision. The winner is Yatagarasu!
and winning on the closest judge's decision we have ever seen. Autograce secures its spot in the round of 16 while Catch has to fight again. It's time for the second fight of the night, where Neon Terror and Corruption will enter the arena. Let's take a look at what the builders had to say about their robots.
Okay, so last year I was with Data Flow, which was a big hammer bot. It did all right, but it just didn't have the effective damaging edge. So this year I've gone with Corruption, completely new bot, a drum spinner with the intention of inflicting as much damage as possible. As long as I get some good uppercuts, he's got no chance.
My robot is it's a pretty normal robot, but it has a mini bot with it, and I think that I will do okay. I don't have a lot of high hopes because the competition is really high, and there's a lot of people that were here from last season. But I think I should make it into the second stage.
Who doesn't love mini-bots? Those adorable little nuisances that nip around and provide immense entertainment for watchers of the fight. It's the wonder people don't use them more, like Neon Terror, a horizontal spinner that looks like it can walk the walk with a beautifully sequential set of stats, but it does have a main draw. And that is its 9kg mini-bot, the only robot in the competition to actually utilise one. Taking on Corruption, built by Cool Speed bots who competed with Dataflow last time when they made it to the top 16, they're ready to go one step further with that nasty looking drum spinner. This battle is going to be a tough one, but only one can make it out. Or maybe two.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square from the USA, with a minibot smaller than a speck of dust, it's Neon Terror! In the blue square from England, if the render fails on this episode, it's the fault of Corruption!
My strategy in general is going to be send the minibot in to be a disruption, to hopefully be able to cause traction issues. Because my robot is relatively slow, I want to be able to get to the sides of the robot so that the spinner can get closer to the wheels to potentially rip them off.
Up against the horizontal spinner, I mean, it's going to be a bit of a tricky one, but for the most part, as long as I get some good uppercuts, he's got no chance.
Big confidence there from Corruption, representing Data Flow from Season 1. Neon Terror, a newcomer. Could be close.
Well, eyes on our little mini-bot out there, aren't they? Oh, well, good early attack from Corruption, though. We'll see how the side fight goes in this one, shall we?
Yes, the minibot doing the best thing it can do, and that is keeping out of the way. While Corruption goes in for a big hit on the back of Neon Terror.
Yeah, Neon Terror hasn't really settled down in the early stages, and that's not going to help it either. And Corruption coming in again from the front, from behind. Both effective areas of attack, and the minibot getting in Neon Terror's way as well. It's all going a bit wrong early on here.
Twisting and turning through the air, it feels like Neon Terror's bar spinner is about to fall out, but it just carries on regardless. Nearly gonna hit its teammate. It's actually too small for it to hit. That's quite good design on the minibot.
Oh.
Just a shame about the main thing, which has lost a wheel now.
Yes, to call this one-sided so far would be an understatement. There goes the minibot, there goes Neon Terror,
Well,
there it comes back down. Oh my goodness.
It did well to survive for that long, but Neon Terror doesn't look like it's got much more life left in it as Corruption just continues the pain.
Just long, winding arcs now from the one-wheeled Neon Terror. But Corruption, yes, back over now. Put itself into danger slightly there, and again. Interesting stuff.
You wonder if the stray hits from Neon Terror have had a little bit of an effect, maybe on the weight balance of Corruption as it starts to tip that little bit more, but still well in the lead, and we'd need to see much more than a self-inflicted turnover from Corruption to change this.
Oh, Well, I'm wondering what's going to happen next here with Neon Terror, to be honest. There we go, just pulls itself into the screws, and Corruption closing in again. Little clips, that's a meteor hit. And asserting itself once again is this blue and black machine with a minute to play now!
Oh, right in danger near the arena wall, but getting away from it. Neon Terror does look like it's about to corrupt, but maybe if they're lucky they'll make it to the judges. They've got about 40 seconds more to hang on, but unless something significant happens, surely there's no way it can win. It needs to get a critical hit, and it needs it now.
Minor points here to Neon Terror for the body itself holding out really quite well as the spinner, despite looking like it will fall out at any moment, as previously pointed out! And Corruption could be out if it does things like that! Calm down!
Alright, so a momentary lapse in Corruption's concentration, but it didn't get too badly affected as it comes in for some more dominant hits to surely finish Neon Terror off as we're here in the last 10 seconds. And that's going to be it for the fight. It does go to the judges, but if I were a betting man, I'd put everything I had on this one.
A true classic, obviously.
So here we go, Corruption. They found their way under Neon Terror's bar spinner immediately, and there was almost no turning back. The only real danger that Corruption faced was either from its own lapses in concentration tipping forwards, or just through the arena hazards in general. Once the mini-bot was gone, it was never seen again. Same with the wheel. This one was a bit of a formality in the end.
The results from the judges are in. The winner, by unanimous decision, is Corruption!
And winning on a judge's decision, Corruption moves on to the round of 16, while Neon Terror will have to fight again. Now it's time for an exhibition fight, where Terabyte will take on Clump. Let's send it down to the damn Beaver to break down the matchup.
An exhibition! What fun! Being able to watch two robots go at it without worrying who wins and just enjoying the fight, and oh man, do we have two robots ready to go today for you. On one side, we have a terrifying full-body spinner built by the mastermind behind Polus, otherwise known as Kroger, and his robot Terabyte. Meanwhile, in the other corner, we have Clump and Freeman. In the past, Clump was caught cheating and Freeman was disgraced, but here they are, ready to redeem themselves. How will this battle go? I'm hoping chaotically.
So in the past, Clump was caught cheating and Freeman was disgraced. And that is precisely why Terabyte, from the builder of Polis, is here to try and tear it apart. But sometimes the world has no justice. We'll see what happens.
Well, Terabyte will be hoping to take a Clump off the old block here as it gets up to speed immediately, waiting and delivering a hit which clips itself upwards. And Clump has a little bit of a, I wouldn't call it a clump, maybe a minor sparing detail taken off, but could be in more trouble with hits like that to it.
Ooh, the Crusher is such a rare weapon here in BashBots today, but not coming to its help at all, as it just provided a catch point for the body spinner of Terabyte to hook onto. And there, another big one on the wedge.
Yes, Clump trying to close in on Terabyte. It was an interesting start from it, but in the 30 seconds or so that have followed, it's been Terabyte flicking it aside consistently. Flicked up that time, and Clump bundles over from the momentum.
Yes.
Whoa!
Big hit from Terabyte and a terrible draw for Clump here. Certainly being punished for whatever misdeeds they committed in the past, but actually carries out a nice little drive into the grinder there, so fair play to them for that one.
Clump's still persistent, not exactly holding back, and it's forced Terabyte there into the screws. Right itself as well. And again, it's holding up well to these hits.
Whoa! Pinballing it away with what seemed like it was only a minor connection, but Clump actually starting to pull out some really good attacks. They can bring the Crusher into play as well. It's not exactly sharpened. Looks like they're
more of a clumper than a crusher, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. as they bring
But it has got a clump! It has got a clump!
And here it is. What are they going to do with it now as they take it? I think they're aiming for the kill source, but just drifted over
Oh,
to the
what
wall.
a fast-paced drive into the arena wall that was from Clump! Devastating stuff!
Two very different perspectives on what's going on here, but into the grind, and that could genuinely
Oh, brilliant
be
by
meaningful.
Clump!
Is it going to flip Terabyte over, though?
Go on, Clump! Do it for us!
They completely failed to push it over there
Oh,
and
for
even
goodness sake, Clump!
clipped by it themselves. You know what? I kind of feel like Clump's on top of the moment.
Wow, my goodness!
And that's
Clump
gonna be.
is the Clumpian! The Clumpiest!
And that is a knockout win for Clump. They've cheated Terabyte out of the victory as it goes over the floor flipper and rockets over the wall. Well, I couldn't ask for more than that. Here it was, big hits from Terabyte. It seemed like this could only go one way, Clump looking the way inferior machine. But all of a sudden, after taking all that damage, they actually started taking it on the chin, redirecting the blows of Terabyte until they found their own grit. Couldn't really do much with it, but Terabyte could do a lot to itself as they rocket themselves out of the arena.
Clump.
And winning by KO. Who knows if Clump cheated or not? We'll never know. It's time for the final match of the qualifying round, where the returning champion Sparks will take on the newcomers of Chrome Monster. Let's hear what the builders had to say about their robots.
Okay, so this is Sparks. We won the competition last year and we're hoping to do the same this year. We've got a couple of improvements from last time. Drive's been much improved, so it's a lot quicker and more agile around the arena. And it's got a new 33 kilogram blade that I'm using to cut apart the competition.
We do like rookies here at BashBots. Throw them to the sharks, that is. So when Geo rocked up with his powerful vertical spinner that's supposedly good against horizontal spinners with a strong looking wedge, of course he ended up being thrown to our very own Great White. Yes, you've all been waiting for them, and Jag and Tiger the reigning champion Sparks are finally taken to the arena. Boasting the highest weapon stats at a petrifying 94, fighting Sparks like it's anything but the last fight you'll ever have is suicide. Has the champ found the perfect springboard to start their second victory with? Or are we all about to witness the biggest shock ever put to G-Wars?
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! Let's bring out the bots. In the red square from Northern Ireland, it only got here by being a tryhard, it's the reigning champion, Sparks!
And here it is from Northern Ireland, the one, the only Sparks, our reigning champion, our #1 seed. It needs no introduction. The power of that spinner is absolutely insane.
In the blue square from the USA, is it a bird? Is it a reptile? We're not sure what this is actually. It's Chrome Monster!
And here is what you'd assume to be the unfortunate victim. Chrome Monster, the rookie, slowly, pensively makes its way to the arena. It's going to have to do something here to upset the odds. To say the odds are against it would be an understatement.
So we're up against Chrome Monster in this fight. It's got quite a potent anti-spinner plow in the front, but I think we should be able to tear that apart throughout the course of the match. Strategy, I think, just going to be all-out aggression, just rip and tear until there's nothing left of him to rip apart.
So, in order to beat Sparks, I need to get him out of the arena, basically. And if I'm able to do that, it'll be a miracle. Like, if I can't get him out of the arena, if he doesn't like fly out of the arena if he hits me on the wedge, then I'm just gonna resort to total annihilation. I'm just gonna go crazy. I'm gonna rip his spinner off, or rip his wheels off, which is probably not gonna happen. Yeah, basically. And rip his eyes off. I don't know, rip everything off till he explodes. Yeah.
Chrome Monster, the first to take on our defending champion.
Here we go. The big boy, the big one, the one to beat is Sparks.
But immediately put in a slight disadvantage there. Tipped off by Chrome Monster's wedge. There's been no actual weapon contact.
Oh my goodness! Oh, what? What? Sparks fly! Sparks out! Really?
No way!
You're kidding me! That's real?
I think we're gonna have to see the replays here.
Been and done in like 15 seconds, and not the way you'd expect.
Here we go, straight out the gate. Chrome Monster was winning on the wedge war. Sparks offset by that. And then we came for the first weapon contact, and did my eyes deceive me, or did Sparks just fly out of the arena?
What the hell?
Pulling off the shock upset, Chrome Monster moves on as Spark throws itself out of the arena, and we're forced to battle their way through the wildcard bracket. And so the final night of the qualifying round has come to an end. We've seen Yatagarasu, Corruption and Chrome Monster all move on to the round of 16, while Catch 2, Neon Terror and Sparks will have to fight again in the wildcard bracket. From all of us here at BashBots, we thank you for watching and hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you next time for the wildcard bracket, but until then, good night.